Hello and welcome to the channel. I hope everyone's having an awesome day. This is the start of a new series of videos for the channel around crypto mining. I've been on this mining journey since February this year, currently mining with around 20 graphics cards at just over 720 megahash on Ethereum, and I'm aiming to get to at least a gigahash by March. This first video is a mining rig build, starting with a brief showcase of my current mining setup. It's the first thing I filmed for YouTube that isn't screen capture, so I need a better tripod camera setup as the camera gets a little shaky at times. Plus I want to strive to always better the quality and presentation of my videos. Any questions, please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, thank you for watching, now let's roll the clips. So hey guys, welcome to my mining room, which is basically my dining room, but you just replace the D with an M, which everyone always finds really funny when they come over here. So yeah, got a rig in the middle of the building at the moment. I got one of these MSI B450 Gaming Plus Max motherboards. They're pretty good. I've got two of them, so they got 6 PCI slots, and they seem to be on offer quite often over here, so I've got them pretty cheap. And they got an M.2 slot as well, so you can put a M.2 to PCI riser if you wanted to add another one. The power supplies I've been using lately as well as these ADX 850 watt power supplies. Only because I'm looking at only building 5 to 6 card rigs at the moment. And they're 80 plus gold. They've got 6 PCI connectors altogether coming from the power supply for graphics cards. So they've got plenty of power distribution, which is awesome. And yeah, this at the moment is just hooked up to this desktop, which is basically my test bench. There's only a small motherboard in it, so you can only fit one graphics card on it. But got a 2060 Super in there at the moment, got a 1660 Super up there ready to install in this bench, but I'm going to basically be taking the CPU out of that rig, which is a 3600, and then putting it in here. And I was just basically waiting for the stealth cooler, because with this size rig, unfortunately, this big cooler that the AMD one uses is a little bit high. It just comes like about half a centimetre above the bar, unfortunately, which kind of sucks because it would have been nice to have some RGB lights going at the same time, like I've got on this bench down here. I'll just show you my other ones now. So this was a shoe rack that I picked up for a few £, from just a cheap shop, and it's actually served it really well as a mining rig. Nothing's really well secured there, but I've got the graphics cards cable tied, and you know, everything's kind of fixed on a shelf anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. This was a smaller rig that I got, so it's actually not quite as long as this one, but it's about the same height-wise. And unfortunately, I got a Ryzen 3200G processor on this one, which I only got because it was really cheap when I got it. But because it's got an integrated graphics, there's some limiting going on with how many PCI lanes you can use, and every time I seem to put a 6th graphics card on it, something seems to happen or crash, or it doesn't register it or something, so I've just stuck with 5 cards on that rig for now. I've also got like just those 2 hard drives there because one of them's a dud. I've been meaning to just switch the rig off and take it out when I get the chance next. So then I've just got this shelf then, ready for when this rig is done. So exciting times. Then you can check my orrery out there, and yes, you can plug it in and turn it around, but there is a cog which is slightly disaligned, so I might have to look at fixing that at some point. So yeah, that's about it. Welcome to my mining room, welcome to the channel, and thanks for watching. Okay, so just to show you what graphics cards I have and on what rigs before I actually build the new rig. Then on this one, these 5 cards, I'm basically getting that at the moment. So I've got 2 2060 Supers and 3 1660 Supers. Oh, that one's running a little hot. I'm going to have to check that out in a little bit. Fans at 100% as well. Right, let's get the next rig plugged in, because I've basically got it like on a kind of turnable, you know, monitor arm stand as well, so I can just turn it wherever I want, and then I've just got cables and USBs to the keyboard and mouse to just plug into whatever rig. It's nice and easily accessible. And I use Windows for everything, not Hive OS or anything, just because I've only got 5 rigs really, and all my Windows machines have been really stable for a long time. I'm very familiar with maintaining Windows and kind of knowing all little bugs and stuff like that anyway, so hopefully I won't run into problems, but we'll see. It's going well so far. Right, on to the next rig. Right, so this is the shoe rack rig now, and that one's got 6 cards on it, and that's got a 2070, 3 2060 Supers and 2 1660 Supers as well. And as you can see, getting a total of about 235 mega hash from that rig. I forgot to show you what I was getting in total on the other one. You can go back and see anyway, I guess. And only using 545 watts in the software as well, which is, again, plenty of headroom for 850 watt power supply, I think. And yeah, I've never had a crash that's actually put the power limits up on the graphics cards. And like I said, I've been mining since like March, so that's a good sort of 8 or 9 months now. Right, on to the next rigs, because they are actually part of other PCs around my house. So, in my living room, I basically got, this is like my PC case in the corner of my living room. It's just a nice little media PC case, but it's got some pretty beefy PC parts in it. It's got a Ryzen 3800X, a RTX 2070 Super, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and yeah, usual other stuff, I guess. But I've also got a 2060 Super and a 1060 as well, which was from my daughter's old rig that she just never used. And I'm considering selling the 1060 maybe at some point, but we shall see. Just because I don't think the 10 series is going to hold value. I've also got one 1070 left as well, which you'll see in the upstairs PC. But from these, anyway, yeah, getting about 105 mega hash between the 3 cards. And yeah, that's nice going as well. Right, on to the next rig. And then in my music studio, I've had to also utilise some of the PCI slots in here. So I've got a 1660 Ti, I think that is, a 1660 Super, and a 1070 whirring away there. And as you can see, it's a pretty hefty machine. I've had this case for absolutely years. And that Noctua NHD 14 cooler, I think that's what it's called. That's a beast. It's always been a beast. I can see me still using that for another couple of decades. So yeah, and then on these cards, 1070 is really inefficient. That's my most least efficient card. But still getting just under 90 mega hash on that rig as well. The 1660 Supers and the 1660 Ti and the 2070, 2060 Supers and all those ones, especially with the lock core clock feature, they're really efficient. They're not far off as efficient as the non-LHR 30 series cards, and they're definitely more efficient than the LHR 30 series cards, so that's why I'm just sticking with them for now. I don't actually have any 30 series cards yet, unfortunately. Hopefully soon, though. Oh yeah, also I've had one of these, I think someone said they're called a Lazy Susan, just one of these like rotatory things. And yeah, I find that they're really good. With these mining rigs, they're practically about the same sort of width as them, so it fits underneath on the slot on the inside, so then when you're working on them you can rotate it really nice and easily when you want to access other parts of it without having to scrape a table or pick it up or anything like that. So yes, I recommend. So this is the rig so far. So 1660 Super and a 2060 Super. I've only got the one PCI plugged in at the moment, so just going to try it with the 2060 Super, make sure everything is fine, see if there's any updates to do, etc. And then I'll shut her down and then plug the other card in as well. And then I got another card coming in a couple of days, and then just going to be carrying on collecting cards, I guess, and then adding to this rig until this has probably 6 or 7 cards, depending on how much the power supply can take. Right, awesome. It's logged in fine from the other hard drive anyway. I just had this one labelled test bench because it was on my other little test bench. So now let's just wait a minute, let Windows set up the devices because it's on a new machine and just needs to register the new motherboard and blah-de-blah-de-blah. Let's see if there's any Windows updates. Oh, let's install this. I think I'm going to shut down the rig, plug in the other graphics card, and then I'll do a fresh install of NVIDIA drivers just so this rig's got a fresh driver installed to go. Let's just put this one in graphics slot 2. I like these white risers, even these ends feel like they fit more snug in these. Some of the cheaper black ones that I've got, they feel like they come out quite easily if you knock the cable. Some of the graphics cards like detach, so you know, always got to be very careful to not touch it. Hey, focus. Sorry for the slightly wobbly camera at times as well. I've got it on this kind of cheap tripod setup thing that isn't very sturdy, so I'll have to get a proper tripod soon. May as well check Windows virtual memory while it's doing that. Nope, where'd you go? There you are. Alright, well, I've got 2 GPUs, I'm going to be having more, but let's just make it... I've got another GPU coming in a couple of days, so I'll bump it up to 15 gig for now. And I usually put the maximum size as double the initial size, just because that's kind of what I read was a good recommendation, and I've never had any problems, so if it works, it works. Brill. Right, let's restart. And then we'll need to check the power settings, and then we'll need to go into the BIOS as well and make sure all that's set for mining, etc. Because it's a new motherboard, so it won't be. Power options. High performance. Okay, cool. It's got all the power settings saved from the hard drive when I set it up on the other rig then. So, yep, literally looks like it's just the BIOS to check now. Right, where am I going? PCI subsystems. Crypto mining enabled. Don't need that. I'll leave those on auto, they should be fine. Nope, pretty sure that's fine. Why is my F buttons not working? Weird. Oh well. Save changes and reboot. Here we go. Let's tune these graphics cards and get them mining. Just give it a minute again to make sure it registers everything. Oh yeah, all my virus settings and everything will still be from the Windows installed before, so I know all that's going to be fine. Right, let's open up MSI Afterburner. And why have I got nothing? Why have I got nothing? Oh, it didn't carry on the installation when it restarted, did it? Oh, okay. That's probably why then, because the drivers didn't finish installing, so MSI's like, I can't see any drivers. I guess I got a lot going through on my new YouTube channel and first video, etc. This is the first time I've ever filmed stuff to record for YouTube as well. I've had a few channels in the past of just gaming and a couple of other things, but yeah, never actually filming my life things. So I thought this would be a nice, good variety channel to start, and because I've been getting so into crypto and mining this year as well, that I think I've got a lot of knowledge that I can make a good bunch of videos about and share with the community, because I've learned a lot off a lot of the YouTubers as well, and the community is just fantastic. It's one of the friendliest communities I've ever been part of. I feel so proud of the crypto community. Right, I'm going to stop filming anyway, and I'll start filming again when the drivers are installed and MSI Afterburn actually recognises the graphics cards. Excellent. Yeah, the driver didn't finish installing, that's why I couldn't recognise the graphics cards. So now MSI is picking up on both of the graphics cards fine. And I do have the settings saved on my phone. Where's my phone? So let's just copy these over. 2060 Super. Alright, that is minus 200 on the core. 975 on the memory. Power limit all the way down. And let's save that to profile 1. And I'll start these with Windows as well. And then the 1660 is 0 on the core, 750 on the memory. Yeah, it's not the best 1660 Super, it only gets about 30.5 megahash, I think, if I remember rightly. 80 on the power. And that should be fine. Right, let's just do a test first. Right, so 2060 Super is the first card and the 1660 is the second card. So 2060 Super, I have the lock core clock at 1050, and the 1660 I think was 1000. And yeah, showing 43.62 on the 2060 Super and 30.6 on the 1660 Super. So not bad. It was near I think it was 43.7 on the other computer, so I've lost like 0.08 megahash on the 2060 Super, but nah, it's nothing worth moaning about. Oh, it is going up slowly though. 43.63, 43.64. It's close enough. It is close enough. Right, well, I'm going to wrap it up anyway there, guys. So, there's the new rig. I'm going to let that run for a little bit, just make sure everything's running fine, which I'm sure it will, and then I'm going to unplug it and then put it up on that space on that shelf, and, well, I'll have to readjust some of those wires because the power supply, I don't think the power cable will be able to fit all the way up there from where it is. Righty-ho, well, the 1660 Ti came, and it's not a bad one, getting basically 31 megahash out of it at 73 watts, so not too shabby at all. I did have a crash happen, so I did bring down the clocks a little bit on the 2060 Super and the 1660 Super, just in case, and then I'm going to put up the clocks on one of them, leave it for a couple of days, see if it crashes, and just see if I can narrow down which one was the culprit. But yeah, so that rig's got 3 cards on it now. So 1660 Super, 1660 Ti, and a 2060 Super. And yeah, I am liking these white risers though. So yes, looking lovely now it's right in place on the shelf. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed the first video of the mining rig build and a little showcase around my mining setup. So please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I shall catch you in the next one, I guess. Peace!